Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Morrow, and if you're not new here, welcome back to the Cozy Corner. Alright, and in today's video, I wanted to go over all the things I've learned from doing markets this past month of May. No particular order, not really, didn't really come in with a script. So, one of the first things I learned right off the bat from my very first market was to make sure you have a full table. The very first day, the very first market that I did not have a full table. I will put a little clip somewhere showing what my table looks like. Alright guys, it is market day. Here is the table. So we have our tulips and they are $7. We have our bookmarks, they are $2. We have our coasters, they're $12. Got my little baby axolotls for $15. I got my star bags for $25 and bag holders for $10. For the very first market, I had about at least 10 of my tulip keychains that I found a pattern on Pinterest. I'll try to put a link in the description to all of the patterns that I use for the things that you see that I brought to the market. But if it's not in the description, I more than likely made it myself, like my grocery bag holders. But anyway, so the very first market, I had grocery bag holders that I designed myself. I had some tulips keychains that I found off Pinterest that I made. I had a Animal Crossing bell bag that I made, and then I had a couple of axolotls. And wasn't a lot. It was enough to at least draw people in, but the table was bare, and it was embarrassing. So definitely make sure you have enough inventory on your table to just like not only not feel embarrassed because I was. Making sure you have a full table is really important just to pull people in. They like to see that you have a variety of things to offer them. Okay, so after my first market, I realized that I really needed to offer some variety for my customers. So I went ahead and added a couple of more plushies to the lineup. So in this next clip, you'll see that I added, alongside of some larger axolotls, I brought some frogs. I started to bring some octopus. I had both the stuffed ones and unstuffed. And then I also offered a couple of more keychains. Like I offered football keychains the next market, which was really nice. And then I just offered different sizes for my plushies. So instead of just having like the smaller axolotls, I did have bigger axolotls the second market. But I do need to go in and start making smaller ones because those have been really popular and really been requested, and I just haven't restocked on those yet. So another thing that I didn't have written down here, but if you have an item that sold out really well, make sure you restock because people will come back looking for it, and don't be like me and not restocking it and just missing out on your blessings, because I really am right now. The next thing that I've learned from this whole experience is kind of a two-piece, plan ahead and pace yourself. So I've learned over the couple of weeks of doing this that I need to pace myself and plan what I'm going to be making. The first like week or so, I knew I wanted to make a bunch of tulips, and I did succeed on making the amount of tulips I wanted to make. But I didn't really pace myself to make anything else along with the tulips. I only made the tulips, and then I had two grocery bag holders that I made previously, and then a bell bag that I had also made previously. If I hadn't made that along with the bookmarks that I had made, it would have just been the axolotls and the keychains. And again, that brings me back to that first point of me saying, make sure you have a full table. So Um, Learned that I need to plan ahead. I've been, since the first couple of markets, I've been going in and using Notion or my notebook and just planning out how many plushies I want to make of each variety. So whether that be 5 axolotls, and whether that be like 3 in the color purple and then 2 in the color blue, I'll do something like that. And then just making sure that I like actually set timers for myself once I come home from work, because I do work a 9 to 5, and then I do my crochet business on the side. So after work, I make sure that I put enough time, like an hour or two after work, towards my side business, just to make sure that I have enough um, products for the weekend. It's been working out fairly decent when I'm actually able to like get to it. It really depends on if I have the time to uh, do that. Sometimes life gets in the way, and that's okay. But when I can get to it, it works out really well. So it works out really well whenever I am able to just set time aside for myself to just go ahead and bust out a bunch of plushies or bandanas or hats or whatever I might have on my list for that time. Um, and then, um, what should I go to next? I think I'm going to go to keep a stack of business cards. I already had a bunch of business cards for my business already for orders for shipping out, because I have an online store on Coffee and Etsy. And so whenever I will ship out one of my orders, I will put a card in that order just for them to have, for them to follow me on my socials, and to keep up with any other drops that I might be doing. So I lucked out on that, and I found that a lot of people wanted my business card to be able to do commissions later. So yes, having business cards just to give out your information, because sometimes people want something that is not available on your table. It is nice to give them that option. Um, and then next to last, we have don't expect high sales based off all the trending videos we keep seeing on YouTube. I am a sucker for this. I have got really hyped off of all of the videos I was watching on YouTube and expecting, like, okay, I'm gonna make at least $100, $200, like making these like axolotls and doing my plushies and things like that. And it's just like, no, you gotta humble yourself, babes. Like, you are starting off small, and not to say that it's not possible that for you to sell out on your first market, or for you to not make over your booth fee for your first market, because I did make back my booth fee um, my first market, and had a little bit of excess money, but it wasn't $100. It was like $20, y'all. But I'm still grateful for that $20. Thank you for purchasing that bag. You pushed me over that edge. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, don't expect high sales. Just go in, have fun. That is my final point. Have freaking fun with this whole process. From the crocheting to looking up the research to the actual day of setting up and meeting other people, seeing what they offer, seeing what you can buy, seeing what they can buy from you, seeing what other people are like really excited about seeing from your booth. Like, it's a fun process, and I don't want you to be bummed out over the money over this whole thing. Like, have fun. Yeah. So that is pretty much what I have for what I've learned over this past month doing markets. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to bring you more sometime this month after doing some more markets this June. I am hoping to get my quality up and to actually be able to bring you a video of the market that is not super short. I only have a couple of clips of me breaking down my table or setting up my table. I don't really have any clips of me talking with customers too often. I have a video of me working on a plushie while I was at one of my markets, so I'm going to be putting that up soon at some point. But I do want to go ahead and bring a video to you guys with me actually being active at the market, whether that's a YouTube short or an actual full video, we shall see. But thank you for showing up, and bye.